In a previous video, we talked about how to achieve big, almost impossible goals. We need to clearly define the goal. We need to see it, act it, and then feel it. We've already spoken about the seeing it, the visualization process, picturing yourself in this new reality, both in the first person and from a third person perspective, watching yourself kind of like on a movie screen, performing in this new role. Today, we're going to talk about how to act like this person in the future, because this is a very important part of ensuring that we're going to make all the critical decisions and that we become the kind of person that the universe naturally plants in that position. So how do we do this? I'll give you a practical tool today on how to do this, and it can be used both for yourself and if you're leading a team. You can apply the same tool to what your team does. We want to act as though we've already achieved this thing. And this is pretty obvious. Like Michael Phelps, when he was aiming to become an Olympic champion, didn't wait until he won the gold medal before he started acting like a champion. We need to act now, each day, as though we already are that person that has that thing that we want. So the tool is called plus minus zero. What we want to do is list every conscious decision that we make throughout the day, write them all down, list them 1 to 20, 1 to 15, doesn't matter. And against each conscious decision that you make, put a plus, a minus, or a zero. A plus means that that action is what the person in the future should be doing. It is contributing towards you achieving that goal, or it is how that person would be acting. A minus means that honestly you know that it's detracting. It's actually acting as a barrier or a constraint towards you achieving that, or that you know that that's actually not how that person that achieves that thing that you want would be acting today. And a zero, it's something that doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter either way. So list every conscious decision and every conscious act that you make during the day and put a plus, a minus, or a zero against each one. And then it's a simple matter of going down the list and looking at the minuses and changing them, changing that habit, changing that time you wake up, changing what you wear to work, changing who you're hanging out with, to ensure that everything you do is contributing towards you achieving that goal in the future. And this can be worked in the same way for a team. So if you're running a team and you have a very ambitious goal, you want the team to be acting now as though they have already achieved that thing in the future. So let's use a couple of examples. Firstly, a personal example. Let's say you're the head of a department, but you want to achieve a C-suite position. There's 20 heads of departments in your organization, and there's only a few C-suite positions. You want Chief Operating Officer. So what we do is we come down and list all of the things that we do during the day and ask ourselves, is that what a Chief Operating Officer would be doing? Am I acting now in a way that shows the universe that I am that person? I am the only one suitable for that Chief Operating Officer position. And this might mean that you need to change who you're socializing with. It might need to change that you need to stop dressing like a head of a department and start going to work looking like a Chief Operating Officer. It's a very, very useful way to get an objective assessment of how we're going as we're progressing towards this goal. So that's how we would do it as an individual. As a team, let's say that we have a sports team and we're trying to win the championship. We don't just want to just kind of float along and hope for the best. What we want to do is we want to look at the attributes of a championship team. Let's say we want to win the division. What kind of teams win the division of the sport that we're playing? What do they do each day? How do they train? What is their nutrition like? What time do they arrive for training? Are they late? Are they 5 minutes early? Do they do extra training sessions? How do they debrief? All of these kind of things, you can go through everything that this team does and put a plus, a minus, or a zero against it, and then really work together as a team on minimizing or eliminating those minuses. So to sum up, to achieve any big goal, we want to clearly and concisely define it. We want to see it. We want to play that picture of us having achieved it already over and over in our heads. We want to act as though we are that person or that team already. And then lastly, we'll talk about in a future episode how we want to feel, how we can kind of feel the emotions associated with achieving that goal.